Hi, I'm Dan at vintagevello.org and today we are riding Sean Yates's 1990 711 Eddie Merckx Corsa team bike. This is not a recreation, this is not a replica, this is his actual bike from 1990 and it is excellent. First off, frame details before we get out there and ride. This one's made from TSX. And the cat is Tango, who no doubt is going to give us a lot of help during this filming. But TSX is triple butted, so what we've got, it's 6mm steel in the middle. Towards the end it moves out to, opens up to 9mm, and there's a helicoil on the inside to give additional reinforcement. Very similar to SLX but slightly lighter. A really good frame. I've got a couple of other TSX frame bikes and they are all really good. They perform very. Also, this is an unrestored frame, so we've still got a lot of the blemishes from when it was ridden back in the day. A lot of little chips, quite a few marks, and just check out this chain slap along the chainstay along there. It's pretty incredible. There's only one way you're going to get chain slap like that, and that is on the cobbles of Paris-Roubaix. Well, size on this one, Sean's a big guy like me, he's about 6'3", and this is about 60 by 60, obviously handmade and measured for the man himself. Fortunately, I'm his kind of size, which, to be fair, with team bikes doesn't happen very often, so I'm kind of happy with that one. Specs, obviously Dura Ace throughout, mostly 7,400. Of note, Sean famously rode 180mm cranks. These are 172.5s. My knees are kind of happy at that, and it's got a 53/42 up front, which is great. On the back, 13/26 cassette with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 speed, which is exactly what we would expect. But at 13 to 26, it's very rideable, and thank God, brilliant. 7-speed index shifting from Shimano with Dura Ace is superb. We'll come on to that in a little bit. Dual pivot brakes on this one. You're at that kind of period where it could have been single or dual, but to be fair, the duals work fantastically well, so I'm very happy that these have got those on there. Also, Wolber rims on Dura Ace hubs. We've got some very skinny 90mm Veloflex on there at the moment, which is kind of neat. A little unforgiving on the roads that we're going to be riding today, but they do grip and handle really well. Up front there, Cinelli cockpits, Cinelli bars are 44 centimeters wide, which is a touch wide for me, but very period for the time. And Cinelli cork tape as well, which is again very fitting. Dura Ace on the back here, and obviously a Cellitalia Flight saddle, which I'm a big fan of, as we know. But I think that's enough about the details on the bike. Let's just get out there and ride. So today, here we are, not far from Sean Yates' hometown of Forest Row, where he grew up and his family still lives. We're in the hills of the Ashdown Forest, where Sean grew up. If you read his book, he did all of his training around that area, where he really learned his craft. He also still performs coaching duties online and in person on and around the same roads of Ashdown Park and around that kind of area in Ashdown Forest, which is all really neat. However, southeast of England, the roads are not good. It's an understatement, and the traffic is both heavy and angry. This is not like riding on the continent. This is a bit more like just riding a bike on the M25 sometimes. So, what's it like to ride? Well, it's a custom-built super bike from 1990, built for the professional peloton, and it is fantastic. Quality of the ride is superb. The group set is period superb. I gotta be honest, confession time. I love, with a passion, Italian frames, Italian handmade frames, Bianchi, Colnago, everything else. I also worship Campagnolo and everything that they've done for the group set, but you've got to hand it to this Belgian made, Japanese equipped bike. I mean, it is just exceptional. I'm gonna go out there. It's my favourite ride, on a par with a Pantani Bianchi, and that is saying something. I would say super modern carbon fibre, slightly faster, but for fun, for speed, for the overall package, comfort included, this thing is exceptional. Okay, excuse the weird angle. I just want to show you here how I enthuse a lot about index shifting on Shimano on 7-speed and how good it is. But just take my word here, this is the easiest, most precise 7-speed shifting you will find, and it will really transform the joy of your riding. As you can see in here, it is super quick, super tight, a little bit of trimming now and again, but fantastic. So I'm now on the Strava segment, the official Sean Yates test hill, where a lot of guys and girls who are being trained by Sean are sent to check power levels. I guess he's very, very familiar with this hill. I believe it's the one when the Tour came through here in the early 90s. He was allowed to clip off the front and meet up with his parents in one of the laybys just up here. Of note, Yates's palm areas don't really reflect him as a rider. Don't get me wrong, they're outstanding. You got stage wins at the Vuelta, at the Tour. You got overall at the Tour of Belgium. He was also in the second Brit to wear the yellow jersey, first being Tom Simpson, and also he did all this at a time when there were virtually no Brits in the peloton. You kind of had Miller and Yates, and that was about it. A handful of others, but just being able to speak English was a rarity in the peloton at that time. This one here, this climb, the KOM, currently held by top British pro Eddie Dunbar, closely followed by Sean's son Jesse Yates. Both him and Liam are both elite cyclists themselves, and around here, if you want to take a big KOM, it's normally one of them that you've got to take on, and that's nigh on impossible. Okay, got a chance here to show you what this bike can do. I'm on a steep little uphill. I'm going to stay in the big ring and push through, and then just as we hit this little crest, we're going to drop down and see what it does through a few tight, fast corners. Okay, up there, good. Still in the big ring. Going to change. That's it. Now it's fast. Down low. Get past this roundabout. Then I've dropped it complete tuck. Head is next to the camera. I'm currently catching this car, which I'd rather not be doing, because I may have to brake, and I have no need to do that. And now we've got a very, very fast right-hand turn Kick off the brake, put your big boy pants on, then get on the power, pour it all in, give it everything you got. We're going uphill, we're in the 53.13, we're not slowing down, oh maybe a little bit. What a bike, what a bike. Here we go. That's quite something. You can see why Sean Yates was Big Beast as his nickname, mainly for his ability to drag the peloton mile after mile in his role as super domestique. And he really set the standard for that. The likes we see now, Tim Leclerc and others like that. But Sean was the original and everyone loved him for it. Okay, so that's the end of today's ride. I've come down here to In Gear in Forest Row for a quick post-ride espresso and maybe a little slice of cheeky cake. The ride today, 65 kilometres, averaged about 32 kilometres an hour on a fairly lumpy route. Very enjoyable. Equivalent pace for me would be a modern Canyon Ultimate, something along those kind of lines. It would take a Dogma for me to beat that pace. So it just goes to show you how fast Sean's old team bike is, yeah, just exceptional. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. Do like and subscribe for more vintage rides and builds. Thanks a lot.